Celebrities on 7 of 7.
Ladies and gentlemen, lovers of late night gists, hustlers, soft boys, sugar daddies, and everybody in between, welcome to another unapologetic, unfiltered edition of The Black Table. I'm your guy, your conductor for this evening. My name is Olami, and tonight, we go choke. We've got hot gist, wild debates, and the kind of conversations your HR manager will send you a query for having. So grab your glass, adjust your conscience, and let's dive right in. Joining us for the very first time on the Black Table is certified marriage and family counselor with over 3 years of practice in providing effective and tailored counseling services to individuals, couples, and organizations. With God at the core, we welcome Andre Ogbewele. Welcome.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me on the Black Table.
Hopefully, we won't scare you away and then you come back next time.
Well, that would be hard to scare me, though. That would be hard. Yeah.
Nice.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah, shoot.
Do counselors need counselors?
Oh, yeah, of course. Of course. You need to detox.
Okay, so detox.
Yeah.
I like that. And of course, everyone knows that when a storm seems to be getting out of hand, we call the navigator, a man who has taught us the best way to quiet a storm. He could wiggle his way out of almost any situation. He's a biker, and also we call him a premium MC. And of course, we also call him London Lambo. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, Deck.
But I thought,
man.
No, but seriously, I thought that had already ended.
It cannot end.
But you know, I'm really happy to be here. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
you know, it's really nice to see Ten Gang. You know, gang, how fun? How have you been?
We did.
I heard they have updated your resume.
So I heard. So I heard. Apparently, my actions have updated myself.
Okay, so
My
his
OS
actions did that, yeah.
The OS is operating on a higher level.
Olami, it's
yeah.
nice to be here again.
Thank
Thanks so
you.
much for
Lovely
having
to
me.
see you. Lovely to see you. And thanks for the invite for the bikers thing the other day. Really had a great time.
Yeah, I actually forgot that.
Yeah. And finally, the Wordsmith, the master of the dark art. He goes by many names, but we like to call him the undisputed most faithful man in Nigeria. And the mayor of Agungi. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the best voices you hear on Nigerian radio, the Ten Gang.
Namaste.
Yes.
Bravo.
Yes, you've updated, so
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you. It's always a
It used to
pleasure
be
being here.
it used to be in Lagos,
Yes,
Bega,
yes.
but now they have extended it.
It's now in Nigeria.
It's now
No
Nigeria.
borders.
But I'm curious about the title, though.
The most
faithful
the
man.
most faithful man in Lagos.
Nigeria.
Yeah.
At the
It
moment.
started with Lagos.
was with
now
Lagos.
we've upgraded him
Yes.
to
Wow.
because
That's
he
the update.
celebrates.
That doesn't make it faithful, does it?
I mean, it's,
I don't know.
if you know him,
No.
you will clap with us.
Yeah.
It's because I find it easier now to fight temptations.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Than I used
You know, I
to.
told you he's the voice of wisdom.
Yeah, I respect that.
Yeah.
I respect
He's the
that.
navigator. He can, you know.
My brother, to be
They added Lambert to your
London.
my brother, if
Lambo-
you see, you
Lamba
don't want to know
boy.
where that, you don't want to, you don't know what, you really don't want to know where that came from. Actually,
Okay.
you know, when I got back from the UK,
Yeah.
some ladies on the Black Table, you know,
Producers of the Black
our
Table.
producers are actually ladies. You know,
Okay.
But Mouse is
Started
not.
to
Has
call
it switched genders?
oh, okay, Miles just
Okay,
Miles just joined.
Mouse is lady boy.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. But I mean,
Okay.
that's the genesis of the whole London Lamba.
Okay.
You know.
I know. We'll get to find out more.
I
on a
believe we
personal
will.
note, yeah.
I believe we
Yeah,
will.
it's been quite an interesting week around the world. Many things going on in the US. Of
So
course,
many
we all
things.
know about the Iran and Israeli, battle war going on.
Them butting
But
heads.
first, we would like to take a moment to acknowledge the tragic plane crash in India. Our hearts go out to the victims, their families, and everyone affected by this heartbreaking event. At the Black Table, we stand in solidarity with those grieving and we extend our deepest condolences in this very difficult time. All right, with that being said, we'll take a quick break. When we return, we'll dive right into our first quick fire for the evening. All right, so it's still the Black Table, the ultimate men's guide, and of course we've got Andre joining us for the very first time. We've got my man Deck, and of course the TN gang on the show. Our first quick fire: a man faces online 8 and possible jail time after slapping a woman back on a plane. Yes, you heard me. She slapped him first, and my guy returned the favor. Now the internet's on fire. The question is, do we believe in equality or selective equality? Should a man just take it because he's a man? Or is a slap regardless of the gender? We've got a video for you to check out, and then we can talk about this quickly.
Push me that way! Push me that way! You need to
Oh my God. No, okay. All right, so I'm gonna give you a chance to apologize because I'm about to go crazy. You can apologize right now.
I will apologize after you give me my phone.
Okay,
back.
so you're not gonna apologize, right? Right?
After you give
Right?
my
Right?
phone
So she's not gonna
back.
apologize.
Right?
Oh my god.
Exactly what you deserve.
What in the world?
Next is me.
You just
Next
hit
is
a
me.
woman.
Okay, guys, you just saw that. Table over to you. Would you hold your chicken piece or return it with interest? Andre, because you're the new guy, you're going to get into trouble first. So,
Well,
what would you do?
I'm about to shock you. I'll walk away, actually. The reason is, they keep saying equality. You're a guy. That's a female. Strength-wise,
Yeah. It's not on the same level.
it can never be on the same level.
Yeah.
So see the extent. Okay, he didn't hit her that much, but regardless of it, the
She's still a
effect of-
woman.
yeah, it's a woman. So you don't just walk away, man. Be the bigger person and walk away.
Yeah.
Really, for me, that's
Thank
what
you,
I would
Andre.
do.
Gang, what's your thoughts on this?
Well, the normal and most rational thing to do is what Andre is saying. If you're a man in this situation and you were raised the right way, you never raise your hands to another woman. But in this day and age, it's difficult for some people, like you said, and people are crying for a certain level of equality. Also, if you look at the dynamics of the lady that's attacking you, if she was a boxer or a wrestler or bigger and seemed to be stronger, does that still justify a man hitting the person back?
Yeah.
That is why we always try to caution women in how they
And
they
do
treat certain things in
Yeah.
case they get it back in multiple fold. It's scary because like Andre said, the man is seen to be stronger. His hit could be a bit stronger and could hurt her a little bit more. And we know the laws protect the women more than they do the men.
Okay.
So it's seen
Deck.
differently.
What
I
is
personally, I can't raise my hands to hit a woman.
All right.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to use a scenario to explain what this is about.
Okay.
Now, I was very young, and I think I had an argument with a female, and we were arguing, basically bickering and all of that, and then it degenerated into hitting me, pushed me, and I pushed her and all of that. And so one of my uncles called me. I can never forget. I think I was about maybe 7, 8, thereabout. And he sat me down and told me that always de-escalate every time you have an altercation with a female. Always de-escalate. The moment you raise up your hand to hit a woman, you
are
have
wrong.
failed.
That's it. I agree with you.
Yes.
You as the man have failed.
Yeah.
And the next thing you need to do is, if she slaps you, that means that you have failed, right? And the next thing you need to do is you need to walk away.
Yeah, I
With your face
totally
on the
agree
ground.
with you.
That's
because
exactly what it is.
I think you just said what it should be like, because when you're having an
so
altercation,
that's the idea
Yeah.
that I grew up with.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for me, my first go-to is, I apologize. I'm so sorry. Whatever it is I can do, I'll make it better. I did not mean any harm.
Yeah.
Walk away. However, if you are now, talking to someone who is irate, someone who is very, very angry, right? just walk away before it becomes something that you can't
else.
control.
I feel that in every situation you always have a choice.
Yes, of course.
You can either make it worse or de-escalate, like you said.
Oh, yes.
And no matter what happens, no matter how terrible the situation is, I am of the same thought with everyone here that a man should never physically react or assault
But
a
then
woman.
not
allowed.
But I'm about to switch it up too.
Oh, let's hear you.
Okay, now, yes, moral standards and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
I would never do that. But then again, don't you think we need to advise the female
Oh, I see. This
gender?
is the devil's advocate here.
Because if you can't take it, don't dish it
Don't
out.
dish it out. Yeah.
I totally agree with you, and this is one of the reasons why I always talk about the fact that you see this thing called the girl child
Yeah.
is I don't want to say is a wrong approach.
Yeah.
You see, life should be the girl and boy child. You see, the boy child becomes the man that abuses the woman.
Yeah.
If you don't put that child right.
Yeah.
It is important and it is behoving on us to know that this is exactly how we need to raise our children, not the girl child alone. Yes, the girl child must understand that there are certain things that you can't do to a guy. As a lady, there are female schools that go through this sort of trainings. I remember that a friend of mine who was in Vivian Fowler back in the day used to tell me there is a specific way that she can sit down. There's a specific way that she can pick stuff on the ground and all of that. So it's important to also have men or boys go through such trainings to enable them behave aright, behave properly.
Okay, with that being said, we need to move on to our next quick fire.
But did you notice something in some of the things Deck said? He's been engaging women since he was 7-8 years old.
Yes.
Haven't you?
He's a navigator.
Wait, let me get this straight. Were you not engaging women?
Not physically like you were.
No, but I had friends now.
It's all right.
I have friends.
Before this turns around and becomes something else entirely. Let's quick fire. Toke Makinwa's ex-husband, Maji Aida, has opened up about the shame and depression he suffered after their marriage ended. The internet divided, and women online say, keep quiet, you caused it. Men say, so we can't even express our pain anymore. The question is, when a man shares his heartbreak, why does it make people so uncomfortable? Is male vulnerability a crime now, or is it just who's telling the story that matters? Now, guys, I'm sure you all know who Maji is,
right.
and then of course his wife, his ex-wife rather, Toke Makinwa.
Yeah.
The breakup was very public, and there were accusations flying left and right. And recently he told during the church service, he expressed how he felt during that time, and how he had to carry the shame and all of that.
Yeah.
And it's more or less like a closure of some sort. Now, is it being a softie by coming out to talk about his experience, how he felt like during that time, or is it something that is validated?
Okay, so let me go first, since I'm the relationship counselor, marriage counselor. First things first, I see it as hearsay, right? People will always come on air to defend themselves, regardless of whatever it is that happened.
Yeah.
In any situation, both parties contribute to whatever situation that occurred. So own your own.
I like that.
Own whatever it is you did. A lot of people do not own their own parts they played in that relationship. Instead, they point fingers, right? So for me, own it. I don't believe in coming to social media to air what it is. Are you trying to, what are you trying to do?
Exactly.
Justification based on what? The fact that yes, you want to be vulnerable and vent.
Yeah.
Get a counselor or get a therapist. Have that conversation.
Yeah. Close the chapter.
Yeah, close the chapter.
Yeah.
Vent, get closure. But before you can actually have closure, real closure, you need to first accept the fact that you were part of this mess. You contributed to it. You enabled certain things. And I don't like it when people come and try to say this. You see, both parties knew what they were getting into when they got married. And it's what.
But I like that we're going there. But I'll let you finish it. I'm going to ask Deck a few questions.
Okay, so it's what you call red flags, right? For some people, it's red billboard. Like it's a lot of things. But you feel that once you get married to this person, it would change. That's not possible. That's not possible. Have these conversations before you get married.
Okay, that was where I was going to go.
Yeah.
Because, Deck, the question is this. Do you think in today's world, people actually have that tough, difficult conversations with one another before they go on and say, I do?
You see, when it comes to a man and a woman, there's certain elements that come to play that eventually leads into relationships or marriages. Now, on the female's perspective, some female look at age, they look at time, they look at what it is that they need to be doing at that particular point in time. For men, sometimes they look at it that I want to have children quickly, but I don't want to have those children out of wedlock or what have you. And they look at it that, okay, it's time for us to do this and all of that. You see, the needs and the things that people need does not allow for people get to the part where they sit down and talk about certain things that are very important. When I was going to get married, I met somebody who talked to me about marriage and told me that, do you know that it's very important that you set specific ground rules when you're going to get married to a person? Ask me what kind of rules.
What kind of rules?
Did you know that you needed to talk about the side of the bed that both of you are going to sleep?
Oh yeah, of course.
Did you know that there's actually a rule that says that we are how many siblings are we going to allow in our house? Are we going to allow siblings in our house?
If family comes by,
are we going to?
Are they going to stay for?
What exactly do you think about me being with another person? If you caught me cheating, how would you feel? When you have these serious conversations, it allows for you to mitigate any kind of issues that you would have in the future.
It might not solve.
Let me give you an example.
Totally,
Let me give you an example.
It's a start.
No,
I go out.
It would.
Right? Sorry. I go out. Right? And I meet females.
Okay.
I tell my wife, babes, I saw this babe, fine babe, and my wife be like, are you serious? Are you serious? Let me see her. No, this one is not fine. We have that kind of conversations. We have that kind of relationship, which is essentially why it is easy for me to have the kind of marriage that I have with my wife. You see, sometimes the social construct or the social, belief is the fact that, you are not supposed to be like this. This is exactly how you are supposed to be. That is what ends marriages and relationships in today's world.
All right, thank you. Gang, what are your thoughts?
I love what Deck said. We happened to interview Toke after she dropped this book.
Oh, okay.
It's quite a while, so I'm actually surprised that I'm hearing this now.
Magic coming down.
So sorry. Can I? I'm so sorry. Sorry. Let me just clarify what happened. It didn't come out to talk about it. He was giving a testimony about himself.
Yes.
He didn't. In fact, I don't think he even mentioned her name.
He didn't mention her name.
He was just saying what happened to him afterwards. This is post.
This was online.
No. It wasn't. He didn't even realize that it was going to go online. It was a testimony in church.
It was in church.
So the pastor was talking to him about what happened to him. So he was just relating that this and this is what happened to me after so and so thing. So it was just like a testimony.
Yeah, I know, but still, I'm saying that for it to resurface now. Initially when she had dropped this book and she was doing a couple of tours, media tours, we had the opportunity to speak with her, and as of then, the public was saying that there were some things in the book that he could be entitled to sue for based on the money that she makes off the book. And there was a lot of it that happened that we thought has happened and has gone and has passed. But similar to what Andre said, like my wife also reminds me, it takes two people to make a marriage work.
Absolutely.
Yes, it does.
Do you understand? So when the marriage doesn't work, it's easy to say, blame it on
man
one person.
or it's a woman.
And most
Yeah.
of the time, it's always
Both
the man's
parties.
fault.
Yeah.
It's always seen as that. And men are known to chest certain things, keep certain things to themselves, bury certain things emotionally. He was smeared in the press. He was seen as this and seen as that. You get where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
And they've all moved on and gotten on with their lives. So now he's expressing how he felt back then. And to be honest, people really don't care when men are hurt in this present day. They feel as if men have enjoyed certain privileges in life. So when a man is suffering, who cares? It's now your time to suffer. Don't say anything about it. Die in silence.
Yeah.
To
Okay,
an
with
extent.
what you've said there, we're still going to touch base on something that Sheisho Dumu said earlier today on the Breakfast Show Wake Up Nigeria about mental health for men. But then we'll quickly dive into the next quick fire. A 2014 DNA study has resurfaced, revealing condoms aren't as safe as we thought, especially for the women. Yes, apparently it's not 100% safe for women as it contains so many harmful chemicals. Now people are shouting betrayal like they just found out Suya has cholesterol. Question, should we now abandon the rubber? Is it time for men to start taking birth control pills? We have a video. Let's check it out and then we banter on this.
Condoms, and you think it's safe. But what if it's slowly poisoning your body? A 2014 Danish study found over 100 different toxic ingredients in condoms. Hormone disruptors, carcinogens, glycerine, parabens, petroleum derivatives, phthalates, and nonoxynol, a spermicide that damages the uterus wall. Each condom contains about 1.5 milliliters of lubricant on average. If a woman is intimate 300 times a year, she's putting into her uterus over half a liter of this toxin into her body every single year. So my question to you is this really safe or are we just misinformed?
All right, interesting finding there. Andre.
Okay.
Yes, I'm going to start with you.
Now, being a Christian relationship and marriage counselor.
Sorry, I swear, I thought he was going to say being a condom user. I swear, I thought those were going to be your first words.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
You're welcome.
It's fine. It's fine.
Andrew, you're welcome to the back table.
Yeah, thank
This
you.
is how
Thank
we
you.
do.
No, but that's good. That's good.
You're going to get jabs like that. It's okay.
No,
So
but
you're not a
even-
condom user.
I'm married.
Were you a
Why?
condom user?
No, except see. let's break it down, right?
Do that, sir.
Family planning, right? With family planning,
Yeah.
yes, you use condoms,
Okay.
right? But when you want to have a child,
Yeah.
right? Why are you using condoms?
Exactly.
Now, again, because I'm a Christian counselor, right? I
Emphasis.
advise. Why are you having sex if you're not married? You know, it helps a lot of things. Now, the condom company obviously said it's not 100% safe.
Yeah.
So this is not news, right? It is not news. They've always said that. Read the fine print, people. People should always read. They don't. If you read it, you see it's clearly written there. It is not 100%. So what's the propaganda about? That's for me. What's propaganda about? And then wait till you get married. And then you don't need to use condoms.
Okay, that's a smart response. Deck.
I thought you were going to go to Tenga.
Deck. I'm gonna come to you first. You're a condom user.
Deck.
I don't do that. I don't do such. IDS.
Sorry. Over the years, before you became very faithful and very married,
Yes.
you used to use condoms. Most men. Put it on the spot, bro.
Okay, so the thing is this, right? For me, right, I would not deny that I did not used to play safe. I used to play safe a lot.
Okay.
But, you know, for me, I didn't really look at it that, okay, it was very important that, I carry, the protection everywhere because my first instinct is not to go and do this. Do you know what I mean? Like, for me,
Even when you did that Netflix thing.
for me,
Yeah.
I used to keep like one partner for long. I used to
Okay.
enjoy having one partner for a long period of time.
Okay.
So I didn't
You
really
should
see
do
a
raw.
need for me to
You should
really.
do raw, even when you're not married.
Should you want me to lie? Do you want me to lie?
So you're already speaking the truth.
What,
and
what,
I like
what
it.
would have happened if in between all those periods the girl gets pregnant?
Well, what would now happen, or what happened? My brother. Moving on.
Andrew, I have a response. I have an answer to that. That has got a good pull-out game.
Okay. So Lamba, your names are coming to light now. Okay.
We call him the navigator.
How?
Let me give you a quick.
Don't do this now. Moving on. Moving on.
Let's end the condom conversation quickly.
Quickly. So being the most faithful man, undisputed,
Yes.
in Lagos.
Now, when I was,
I wasn't talking about Lagos, Nigeria, by the way. I'm talking about Lagos,
international.
Portugal.
When I was off the world,
Yeah.
of course, I've protected myself because that was the way to go.
Yeah.
That was part of the propaganda that they told us. And I'm on the same wavelength with Andre that sex is something that you should avoid till you are with the one you should be and you've taken those vows.
Yes, sir.
But here's the thing. This is major propaganda because sex in itself is not safe.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So for people out there that are going to engage in sex before marriage, sex, the act itself is not safe. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
Pregnancy, STDs, you name it.
lot.
In its act alone, it's not safe. Now you're trying to tell people that with condoms, it's still not safe. Not safe is not safe. So, but it is safer with than safer without.
Yeah.
True that.
I get you.
You get me?
Yeah.
So it's safer with. This shouldn't discourage people from using condoms. But like he said, read the fine print. It already tells you there that this is the issue.
Exactly.
Make una dey carry raincoat too.
Yeah.
They carry
You
raincoat too.
understand? Don't go and use that as an
all in
excuse
all.
now.
Exactly.
To that saying you're not going to use it.
Yeah.
Because for people to understand, it's when I actually got married and educated myself a little bit, and I found out there were different ways or means to protect yourself from not getting pregnant. So a lot of people don't dabble in those areas till they actually settle down and become more mature and are married.
So your pull-out game is good. Thanks. All right.
Actually, he's just saying people should be more educated about these things, so you know exactly what it is you're getting into. Yeah. So yeah.
And I feel that in the world whereby sex is now one of the key commodities being sold, there's need for more education. People need to know
Sex orientation, sex education,
exactly.
reorientation,
better
and all of that.
information
It's very
on
important.
it.
I don't think we should. I'm so sorry, but I don't think we should, downplay the importance of, condoms, because sexually transmitted diseases are, on the prowl right now. Like they're everywhere, and so this is not an excuse for you not to protect yourself. All right, this is just like you said. It's a propaganda. People are just having conversations, just like there's so many conversations that that came up at the time of COVID, right? So it's important that you protect yourself at all costs. All right, I've heard young people come out and say that I'm not gonna get pregnant once I have one seed like that. There's this snake seed or something. Protect yourself. Protect yourself. It's not just about pregnancy. It's also
There's
about
just so much,
STIs and STDs and what have you.
Yes.
Yeah. HIV know the show for Facebook.
the show.
For me, it's abstinence, man. Just avoid all these things.
Just celebrate like I.
Just avoid all
Avoid
these things.
it.
Because the truth is, if that education is given, right, and you see that even with condoms, these are the repercussions of it, and then without, these are the repercussions of it. At least let them be educated, so they can make an educated decision.
I agree with you.
So
The funny thing, the best decision is to not engage in the act at all.
I agree
Exactly.
with you. But
Just
let me
stay away
you see,
from it.
I'm a very realistic person, all right? And you must face reality.
Yeah.
We're in the AI age. We're no longer in the digital age. Digital is old now. We're now in AI. The Gen Zs and the generation Alpha and X and what have you, these guys are not hearing what you're saying. There's nothing like abstinence in this world right now.
My point exactly.
We need to let them understand that. Okay, great. We can't talk to you guys. We understand.
I disagree.
But we need to let them understand.
I disagree.
No, let me be honest with you. You can try.
No, but you see,
right? But at the risk of them not listening.
No, listen. It's not about that. See, if someone should sit you down and educate you, you would listen.
Absolutely.
So there's literally nobody, right?
That's why I
sits
said
them
sexual
down
education.
to educate them. So if they're educated properly, I can guarantee at least 80% would abstain.
How many young people are ready to listen, sit down and listen in this Gen Z?
Okay, on that note, we do not have data to back it up. Okay. However, we need to take a quick break. When we return, we'll dive right into our topic for tonight. Still the Black Table, the Ultimate Men's Guide. We catch you on the other side.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move weigh in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Hey, my people, I greet you plenty.
My name na Chika Okeke.
My name na Uwi Balogun.
My name na Damilola Banire.
My name na Moyo Faraway Ahmed. If you also call me Moyo, listen. And this na Abigail. And I dare on top of you, pigeon. I'm gonna bring you bass, boost.
I don't get person will be single mother before. He carry another man show say now my husband be this.
This na wetin you want.
After that day, the man
no go see am again. If you snooze, you lose. If you miss this show, you miss out. On top this our show, I not dey gree for anybody. When you dey find the husband, you not see sign say the guy smart, you don't vex, don't give signs.
If they look for person we will give them to you, fact as he be. Men no they ever get fault. If baby not dey for her, na the woman.
Talk no dey be person yo, make person no fit talk true inside. But for this country, we not say if we open court in the morning, waiting no good, no good.
Me and my sisters, hey, we go tanda gidigba for inside studio to give una all the latest information.
Look, we not even take responsibility for the children. Leave the man, and that's some period.
All right, so modern masculinity, sex, dating age gaps are men cracking pressure. Since it's Men's Mental Health Month, let's face the monster in the room. We are in an era of grind till you die, and men are wearing burnouts like a badge of honor. Every motivational speaker is screaming, sleep is for the broke, and you see men guzzling energy drinks like Holy Communion. Is also culture really about ambition, or are we using it to distract ourselves from trauma, emptiness, and childhood poverty? And if success is measured by money alone, why are so many rich men still miserable? But before then, let's welcome a special guest whose resume is as fine as a glow. A doctor of physical therapy, a fashion model, digital creator, and your plug for aging gracefully, from mobility tips to skincare secrets, mind shifts to daily habits. She's the beautiful blend of LD, beauty and lifestyle. Welcome the incredible Dr. Mufti Jokombo. Hello, Dr. Mufti. Welcome to the Black Table.
Thank you. How are you doing tonight?
We are doing very well. How are you too?
Fine, thank you. It's a Friday night, so I'm doing well.
Oh, great. Fantastic. So, yeah, we've got Dec, we've got Andre, and of course, we've got Tien Gang on the table tonight. And yes, we have quite a lot to talk about. And of course, you'll be joining us on this conversation. Earlier today on Wake Up Nigeria, we had the legendary singer Sheisho Dumo, and he shared with us a very touching story. Let's check out the video, and then when we return, we talk more about, you know, men's mental health month and how we can help, you know, do things much better.
Well, who do I think has it easier in life, men or women? I'll say women because, you know, everybody has this soft spot for a woman.
Men relax more than women because I believe everything that men do, women even do, and even do more.
That's why we call them head of the house. Yes, so without the head, there's no neck.
The freedom men have, women don't have that freedom.
You're a woman, you're not coming to life so far.
It's not even easy. So men they have it easier in life. At this point though,
men were always created to even provide for the women in the first place. Adam, right from time, has always been the provider. So
this economy we are now, both men and women were on the same page. A man would literally not get married to a liability.
If you don't marry, if you don't marry the woman, it's you who will do everything. Now you go good case with Jacob. Now you go do the raya that she are doing one key.
And as a woman, you still get to work, still get to feed the children at home, still get to take care of the children, take care of the home.
She needs to be nurtured.
It's a matter of gender, you know. Yeah, whilst people will feel like, okay, lady can get things done a bit easily sometimes because she's a beautiful lady or whatever.
life just be going like that. You just get carried. I'm not being sexist, but you just get carried.
You go out there, men obviously, if they see a woman, they're attracted by her beauty, they're attracted by anything.
The woman is just going to dress, do passion, go to her father's house and come back and she's in the house. Me, I do it all the work.
You know, people are those women. They're men. Men, you do like boy, yourself go also like me now.
Life is too easy for women.
I don't know whether to say that life is very unfair on women, but really, ideally, men have it easier.
All right, while the video was playing, Dex said something quite interesting. He said, you guys ate the apple.
But if you guys did not eat the apple, would have just all of us would have been dancing naked inside the
not really.
Garden of Eden.
Not really.
I don't know.
Not really.
I don't know if that's the case.
Because they ate the apple, and then she came to you, and she gave to you.
So let me ask you a question. If your wife comes to you and tells you, baby, take, you say no?
Of course you will take.
So we're victims, right? That's cleared finally. We're cleared.
No,
right?
it's not. No, let's not.
He's a good man. He's a good man.
You're a good man.
Yeah.
But you know for a fact that apple is. Oh God, there's no other apple now. It's just that tree. So she got it from that tree, but you still ate it.
So from the Vox Pop we just watched.
So you followed the principle of marriage.
I did not go to that tree. I was doing something else. I was probably doing the work that my Father in heaven told me to do.
Yeah.
Bro, she brought this apple, said, baby, take it now. Baby, take it now.
And you knew that it was that apple.
Okay, so we still have Dr. Mufti. Well, Andrea and Dick are trying to reenact what happened in the Garden of Eden. Dr. Mufti, do you think women have it easier than men in today's world?
To some extent, yes. I won't lie.
Why do you say that?
I won't lie. Because men have built a society where patriarchy is the thing, men are the ones that are in charge. So we're just allowing you people to do what you said you want to do.
What is it that we say we want to do? Guys, we need to help ourselves here.
You see how convenient it was for her to say that?
You want to do that. So we said, okay, we are but girls. So if you want to do it, continue.
You know, I love how women easily come out and say that. But if you want to do what you want to do, you can do it because it's convenient for them at that time. Once the roles change, all right, or once the roles switches, you realize that they come out and tell you, you see, masculinity, gender inequality. That's when those things come to play. Let me give you an example. Maje, for instance, was talking about himself, and the conversation has become, why is he coming out to talk about her? No, he didn't talk about her. He spoke about himself. Now, if roles were to change and that person was the female, we will not be talking about this.
You know why? Because traditionally, right? Traditionally, it has been, should I call it, placed on men that you're not meant to be emotional. Even from your upbringing, your parents, yes. You know, you're not meant to be vulnerable. You're meant to be strong. Whatever is going on.
Men don't cry.
Bottle. Men don't cry. You hear fathers say, "Stop crying, men don't cry."
Yeah. Like earlier today, Gang and I, we hung out and then we were talking about some things. Gang, myself, and Miles, one of the producers of the Black Table. And I said to them, like, see, the biggest problem, men, what we have is this. We don't ask ourselves, Dick, how are you? Andre, how are you? Gang, how are you? Like, it doesn't mean I can solve the problem.
The honest truth,
but men don't speak to one another.
But I ask my friends how they are.
You do that. You do that. I can attest to that.
You know why you
but
do
can
that.
I ask this? You ask them with what intention?
With the intention of knowing how he's actually doing. Because you see, I understand what mental health is. You see, in Nigeria, we don't understand. See, if somebody outside the country tells you that I'm mentally stressed, my brother, you will answer for it. Why? Your boss will answer for it. That's essentially why they give leaves with pay. Out of the country.
Okay, so Dr. Mufti, quick one.
Mental health is not a joke.
No, it's not.
Do you think in the world today we're raising softer men, and do you think that men should do what has been traditionally
was my DJ? So he DJ'd for.
Do you think men should
and I put
do
him in the hotel
what we're traditionally known for? Dr. Mufti, can you hear me? Okay, she'll join us in a bit.
Okay, while we're waiting for her, right? Like we're saying, traditionally, right? And I get you when you say, for me, yes, I ask my friends. I literally want to know how you're doing and try to help you navigate whatever waters it is that you find yourself in. But you see, that's just because I'm enlightened, you are enlightened, right? A lot of people are not enlightened. They're not privy to this. You see, growing up, they are probably now 35, 40. They've had strict instructions that a man should not be vulnerable.
You need to be tough.
And then here's the thing. Even at the point where you try to be vulnerable, you hear when you speak to a friend and you know, tell him, oh, this is what I'm going through. He probably will make mockery of it.
Of course,
And then when you guys are with other friends, he will bring it up like, can you imagine this guy? He's telling me this. I beg you should go and sit down. You're not a man.
Exactly.
Why?
Yeah. So Mufti is back. Hi, Dr. Mufti. So I asked a question earlier. Do you think in today's society we're raising softer men, or or should we, go back to what we're known for traditionally? Be quiet, be take all the punches, and then just roll with it.
Yeah, not at all. I don't know if we're raising softer men. I would like to think we're raising more emotionally available men, more emotionally aware men, because the whole men don't cry, soak up your emotions. Yeah, that needs to leave. Men are human beings. You should be able to cry. You should be able to feel your emotions when you want to feel your emotions. Because at the end of the day, you feel the same thing that women do too. You might just express it more. That doesn't mean you don't have your feelings as well. So please, the whole hard men don't cry, please. It's 2025. Let's wrap that up.
So since you've said that, are you single?
For the sake of this conversation, let's say yes.
Okay, so would you be with a crying man?
There's nothing wrong with a crying man. I mean, there's also a difference between being emotionally aware and being overly emotional, right?
Okay.
Please.
What she's trying to say is, why are you gay?
Nice one. Nice one. I like that.
Why are you gay?
Did you get that?
So thank you for the
there's a
response,
difference
by the way, Dr.
between
Mufti.
being emotional and being overly emotional. They are the same
I
thing,
want
but
to ask
they are two
Dr.
different
Mufti a
things.
question.
Entirely.
Okay, please go ahead, guys.
So, Dr. Mufti, you're a physical therapist. In comparison to treating men for physical therapy, what about mental therapy? Mental therapy and physical therapy. How do you correlate that situation?
I feel as though they kind of go hand in hand, but unfortunately, kind of like physical therapy, a lot of people don't think about physical therapy until they hurt themselves. Oh, I injured my knee, I injured my ankle, whatever. But the same thing for mental health, because physical, it's there, you have to deal with it.
Yeah.
But your mental, especially for men, and because of the way generations have been, men can just feel like, oh, I'll just put this aside. But please, men need therapy. So many men need so much, especially in Nigeria.
I need therapy. I'm emotional right now. I need help.
Everybody needs therapy.
I need help.
Everybody needs therapy.
So, like, first and foremost, I'd like to say thank you to Dr. Mufti, right?
Mufti, yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. It's really interesting to have a lady on the black table. I have been one of those advocates of a woman being on the show. Now the thing is this, and I really love what she talked about, right? And yeah, I look at the smile. Yeah, thank you so much for coming on the show. All right, real quick, I wanted to talk about the fact that, you see, if we were going to talk about this, we would have talked about the fact that yes, men can be this, men can be that. But if you look at where she came in from the angle of what women want. Yeah. I'm a woman. She's saying that this is what I want. I want a man, yes, and I want him to be soft, but I don't want him to be too soft.
That's what.
So you must understand that. Look, there are certain things at play that you can't see. That's why you can't.
Has to be a balance.
You can't satisfy a woman to the end. And you can't know a woman.
It's interesting you said that. I just want to read something quickly. So there was a video I put on my status earlier today, and it had to do with Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, which is this June.
Which is June,
Which is something I'm really campaigning for. I think a lot of men are suffering mentally, and it has nothing to do with their finances or where they are in their lives. It's because men, we've been groomed not to express ourselves emotionally. So I put out the video, and the response I got out from a friend was this: this is not even a lack of empathy. I am super exhausted of men playing victim to a system they created. Continue to uphold and will bring down anyone who tries to tear down the system. It's patriarchy that taught men that it's weak to cry, that communication makes them weak, and also because a lot of men take advantage of and laugh at and berate people, both men and women, who beat through the systems to communicate and express what's going on in their head. They become so scared and scared of being on the receiving end of an action. It's quite lengthy.
I think that's what he was talking about.
He talked about. He needed to just circle back on that. So I feel in today's world, women have come to terms with the reality of what certain men go through, but there's still a lot of work to be done, because I can tell you for a fact that the mind of a man is like a puzzle.
Olami, sorry to come in real quick. The person that sent you that message is obviously a woman, right?
Of course, yeah. Of course.
It's clear. See, and it's easy to make those kind of statements after seeing the content that you put up. Let me not lie to you. If she was to experience the kind of loss, like suicide in her family from a brother or a father or a male figure, she wouldn't think that way. There's certain pressures. Here's the funny thing. Like I said earlier on, you see, yes, the society that we are in today, that was basically built by men and is being enjoyed by women or being enjoyed by both genders or whatever, is the society that exists. We cannot unchange it. This is where we are now. The problem that people need to understand is that, can a man express himself and not be condemned for that expression?
Exactly.
And the problem now is that if obviously a man can't, because what women are saying, that what I'm hearing like today on the show is that, guys, deal with it. You guys created this situation. Deal with it.
Exactly.
So, so I'm glad you guys talked about the patriarchal society that we have created in Nigeria, especially in Nigeria and Africa. You see, did you know that on this show we spoke about this same issue of, the patriarchal nature of, how things are done in Nigeria and especially Africa and what have you, especially Nigeria. I keep saying Nigeria because there's something I want to talk about. Did you know that our parents our parents
Yeah.
actually feel like women should sit behind. Like, take the back seat, guys. We are the men.
Yeah.
Let's handle
Let's do
this.
this, yeah.
And this is still at play even in today's society on all stratas of life, ranging from politics to to the business world, the household, the church, and what have you. Have you noticed that a lot of the time, or should I say, maybe 80% of churches have male pastors as the senior pastors?
Yeah.
Have you noticed?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you see, it's a social construct that we actually created, men. We men created this, and so she's not wrong for saying that men created this. That's a fact. However, what we should now begin to talk about is how we can begin to make those physical changes that will, set the bedrock of how women are also going to catch up or be in specific
Thank you for
positions.
that, Deck. We still have Dr. Mufti, and Dr. Mufti, you're going to be giving us just a tip on the show tonight, which is just like a takeaway and advice of some sort. But before we hand that over to you, I'm going to take a few social media feedbacks.
Okay.
We have Teju that says, thank God we finally have a voice on the black table. Now, Teju is talking about the fact that we're talking about men's mental health awareness month in June. And then we also have, someone says, gang always blows my mind with his submissions. Go gang. And then another person says, well done guys, I'm loving all the conversations. And finally we have Deck, wife good day, enjoy, go. That's from Tammy from Ikeja. So yeah, so Dr. Mufti,
Yes, sir.
so yeah, we got like exactly 5 minutes to wrap up the show, and there's a segment called Just a Tip, which is based on you giving us a tip. Not the entire thing, just
What's
a tip.
the entire thing?
Just
Wait,
brief
calm down,
advice.
guys. I'm trying
What's the
to
entire
educate my dear Dr.
Why is she
Mufti.
doing a hand like that?
Please just give us, just give us bullet points. It's a choice of words. Just the tip. Just the tip.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Just very brief advice.
Just
very brief
It's called
advice.
just a tip.
A brief
Put it
summation.
together. Put it
So,
together.
yeah. We'll do that, and then we'll all agree on the toast of the week. Who we're toasting to.
I
and
think
what
we
we're
should
toasting
toast to Dr. Mufti, by the way.
Oh yeah, we should. We
Yes.
should. After she gives us the tip.
All right, so we're waiting for the tip.
A tip for men in particular?
Yeah, that would be
I have
nice.
one. Okay. Smile more and relax.
Chill.
Chill. Are you like? Can I speak Yoruba? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Are you? It's okay. Relax. It's not
Farabale.
bad. Well, thank you.
All right, thank you
Thank
very
you.
much for
Thank
just
you.
the tip. But that went beyond the tip. Okay, so we're going to be doing toast of the week.
Yes, sir.
Yes, let's raise our glasses up. So what are we toasting?
Let's toast to men and their problems.
Okay.
Actually, let's not toast to problems. Why don't we toast to health? Right?
Oh,
Good health.
yeah.
Yeah. Good health.
Safe space whereby we can speak about the things that we're going through. No judgment whatsoever.
And we can support one another,
Yes.
support each other without laughing at each other or, downplaying our issues.
Yeah, guys, get a counselor.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
All right, so you heard the guys toast of
Yes.
the week. All right, so it's been an amazing edition of the Black Table. Thank you, Andre.
Thank you for having
It
me.
was such a pleasure to have you on the show. Of course, gang, you are a
Yeah.
blessing.
Thank you.
And of course, the navigator, teach me how to
the
navigate.
navigator.
All right, guys, thank you very much. Remember, the darker the night, the brighter the stars. It's the Black Table. We'll catch you same time, same station next week.
You're ready now.
Good night.
Good morning.
God bless.
you think you can outplay me in this game of wits and knowledge? Can you go 7 rounds without flinching? I meant answering 7 questions correctly. How well can you hold your liquor? If you're curious, then join us for the most exciting conversation and games with your favorite celebrities on 7 of 7.
Oh wow, my typical day is filled with meetings, consultations, and of course traffic, and that's all part of the hustle and bustle of city life. But the real fun starts when I can just settle down and catch up with all my favorite programs on TVC. Believe me, it's pure entertainment. Where is she? Ke come.
Ese nwanyi,
She's having difficulties with the delivery. The baby has refused to come out of her womb.
Bano, our gods forbid it. Chukwanyachu. Amuriyamu. Oyamu kwankea. She was given birth to. She will also deliver her own child. Let me see her. Come here.